This is just one of the greatest joys in my life, I swear. It sounds super cheesy, but I fall deeper in love with Charlotte every month. And it's really, a lot of it has to do with just being with all of you in this room every month. So thank you so much for being here. How many people are here for the first time? Yes, welcome, 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 welcome. That's amazing. It's so cool to see how many new people are here every month. One of our favorite traditions is to feature a Charlotte musician, and today it's a band, Dust and Ashes. Everyone, please welcome Dust and Ashes to the stage.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I hear the rustle in the streets below. All you ladies, grab your babies and go. I hear the sirens and the violence upwind. Like your latches, neighbors are at it again. Have fun, sweet girl, have fun. Have fun, sweet girl, have fun.
There's a weird man in a white van down the street. He has a store when he offers kids his sweet. Over with his eyes are on you in the street. He has a mouthful, red sharp tooth for his meat. Have fun, sweet girl, have fun. Have fun, sweet girl, have fun. Hey.
Dust and Ashes, everybody. That was amazing. Thank you, guys. Creative Mornings Charlotte, over 150 chapters. We're adding like a few chapters around the world a month. This is the world's largest growing global community of creatives, and you guys are a major part of that. So it's amazing. And what we like to do every month is we like to say hi to one of our fellow chapters. And last month, we said hi to Rome. I don't know if anybody was here for that, but the final part of this was this part of the crowd over here went, mwah, which was really funny. They returned the favor, so let's see what they had to say.
Hi, Charlotte from Rome. Hi.
I think they sort of cheated that one. They stitched together. I mean, he was on the bridge, but do you think maybe they got the crowd saying hi, and then he's just gonna like drop in another city's name every month at the beginning? I don't know. I'm gonna call him out on that one. We're reaching out. We're gonna do a video to Buffalo, and here's what I want you to say. I want you to say. I want this half of the room to say, "Hey, Buffalo." Got that? And then I want this half of the room. I'm gonna turn here, and you guys are gonna say, "We love yous guys." Okay? So let's do this real quick. Ready? 1, 2.
Hey, Buffalo! We love you guys!
Just got a little weird, didn't it? Yeah. We're celebrating Weird, and pretty soon here we're going to have Hasaan come up and talk to us about his amazing story and perspective on our global theme of weird. But before we do that, I think we all know what time it is, right? Yeah. It's time to win! Huh, huh, ho, 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 ho. Okay. So, I need 2 volunteers who want to win an awesome prize. Okay, you can start.
The Yeti?
Yes, yes.
Okay. weight thing.
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Donald Trump.
That's good enough.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yes. I'm going to bring up the main event now. Hasaan. Man, this guy, I love this guy. Hasaan Kirkland is a tenured associate professor of fine art at Johnson C. Smith University. He received his, we're gonna get the fight song going right now. He received his MFA from Washington State with an emphasis in painting and drawing. He is a co-founder and faculty of JCSU's Arts Factory, an interdisciplinary visual and performing arts program with concentrations in dance, studio fine art, graphic art, theater, sound art, and film. Hasaan is also the recipient of the O'Hare Distinguished Endowed Professorship, a founding charter member of the National Alliance of Artists for Historically Black Colleges and Universities, and the founder of Psi Rho Alpha Visual and Performing Arts National Honor Society, which you're going to hear a little bit about. I will also add to that if you ever had the honor to sit down and just have coffee with Hasaan, like get ready for your head to spin and your heart to burst, right? Because it's such a joy to just sit down and talk with you. The whole day is buzzing for me, and it's not the caffeine. It's the time together. So kindred spirits, right? Ladies and gentlemen, to speak to us on our global theme of weird, please welcome Hasaan Kirkland, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? All right, all right. This is a familiar space for me. It's like class. Being a professor and an educator and a husband and father, I want everybody to give a round of applause for my wife, Tiffany Kirkland. My son, my to-be-born son, Kingston, his first time front row seat to seeing Daddy do his thing. And so we're definitely delighted to be here with you all today to share a bit of perspective. First and foremost, I want to give respect to the location. 242 is a church for the city, and being a PK, I kind of know where my place is, not because I'm a minister, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach, or at least share a perspective that might be like teaching, but I often know the respect of where I'm supposed to be by the spirit that's in the room and the understanding that this is a church, so I'm going to give homage to that. Amen? Amen. All right. So it's a few things we'll do before we start. There's some things that I like to add to the moment, similar to what Matt was doing, a little call and response. So this side right here, I would like everybody to say, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. This side say, that's right. That's right. This side right here say, teach. Teach. This side right here just, no doubt. All right. So today I'm here to share just a perspective. Not really talking about anything novel. Not really talking about anything major. Really, in fact, what's weird about today's presentation that I want to share with you all is that it's relatively simple. It's simple to recognize the power that we all have within ourselves. I'm going to share a part of my story in my life that has allowed me to be here today, almost like a prophecy. I think it's interesting that when we see life and that we are a part of it, that we can and will fulfill the prophecy that's set before us, if we're willing to, like today, be a little weird. Because what's weird to ourselves and weird to the public around us is only the destiny that's behind us. And oftentimes those weird notions seem to be odd and strange, and that's kind of how we learn about weird, through the oddities of life. But the difference is, the simplicity of that is what's waiting for you to go through that pathway of what's weird to find actually who you are waiting. It's your destiny. It's a part of what makes you you, and the next person, the next person. The thought of weird for me came for this presentation, not because I've learned it or researched it or because I'm endowed with this perspective of weird, because that's not me. I try to be a little cool, a little together, you know, have a little bit of swag, if you will. My wife thinks I'm weird, and she always calls me weirdo. I don't really know what it is that I'm doing, but I guess I'm weird. So when I met Matt, we had a great connection, as he talked about, and I hope I'm delivering on that buzzing energy that you're feeling. But he asked me, I have a presentation, a part of Creative Mornings. I had never learned about Creative Mornings. And so when he told me about it, I was excited just for the nature of understanding that there was a creative community that was coming together to share, to learn, to give, and to actually become empowered by each other's energy. So he said, I had one little problem, is the topic is weird. And I was like, okay, what do you mean the topic is weird? You asked me to speak because you think I'm weird? I thought I was cool. I thought we was good. So he was like, no. The topic is weird, not you. I was like, okay. So the weird thing that I often feel is a power resource. I think we all have name tags or had a topic to say their weird power. Mine, I feel, is expansive wordplay. I started out being a poet, got into the visual arts, and as a point of connection, the reality of wordplay became a comfort zone. Wordplay can be bad because sometimes it can take too long and you become long-winded and you can kill a person. But at the same time, if you find the gems of what it is you're trying to say, you actually can hit the heart and make an impact. So weird, when Matt asked me about it, what happened to me was weird because immediately I knew what I wanted to talk about. Something that we do every day, something that we process with every day, something that we utilize as a drive every day. So for me, weird, and I want to share with y'all, is willing excellence ignites relevant determination. Willing excellence ignites relevant determination. And the notion of that determination that we find ourselves being drawn for and given over to what's relevant about our existence is ignited by our internal passion, the quiet voice that you hear. If we all just be quiet every time and listen to what it is that draws us, we will find the excellence of our existence. And when we do find that space, oftentimes we're willing. It's from the smallest things like making a sandwich. You want to do it right because you know the flavor that's in your head and in your mouth, that you want that party to take place. So you layer it with all the cheese and all the meat and all the pickles and all the seasonings, and you find yourself willing to receive it. If it's from making a sandwich to making life or creating a business, as we've heard, all of the opportunities that are before us, it's about that choice. And when you make that choice from the mundane to the greater, you find yourself to becoming empowered. And that empowerment is something that helps to eradicate anything that would stand in your way. It's not novel to know that we have this power within us. That power makes us supernatural. And that's a part of what weird is, but we often look at the opposite side of what weird is and look at the oddities or the realities that are different. Those notions are what I want to share with you as a perspective to transcend and to change. And if we do that, then we will be empowered, much like superheroes. We'll have this supernatural power to give and to share and to also embolden our existence as people, as we are doing today, coming together and sharing and creating a power source for those around us. The first thing I want to share is a clip from Frank Herbert's Dune. Any Dune fans in the house? Dune? All right. So you guys will be familiar with this clip that I'm about to show. The clip, I want you to see it as a metaphor, simply as a metaphor to being able to eradicate anything that comes your way, not by outside resources, but something internal inside of you. Okay. Now, I don't know if you all like that, but I loved it. All right, that was cool to me. I remember seeing that when I was 12 years old, me and my brother, and we just were enthralled with the power of the weirding way. And so if that captivated you in the same way, imagine understanding that we have that power force inside of us. The novelty is that it's the weirding way. And so when Matt asked me to speak today, that's the first thing that came to mind, on top of the notion that willing excellence ignites relevant determination. Well, that weirding way and that power is something that we already have inside of us. And just like we saw in the film, that anything that stands before us, if we put certain thoughts to certain sounds and motions, we have the ability to eradicate that which stands before us. As he said, the weirding way. Some thoughts have a certain sound, that being equivalent to a form. Through sound and motion, you will be able to paralyze nerves, shatter bones, set fires, suffocate an enemy, or burst his organs. We will kill until no Harkonnen breathes Arrakeen air. So now if you transition that, if you take a hold of that resource and turn it into what it is that we actually do, because I'm not advocating for you going out killing Harkonnens, whoever they might be, okay? But kill those things that would stand before you that would prevent you from achieving your destiny. Kill those things and destroy them that would be the pediments of you creating your legacy, leaving a legacy for your child or for your wife, for your friends, for your partners, whomever it might be. Kill it. But understand that those power resources that we have. So I rewrote this in that same vein. Some thoughts have a certain sound, that being equivalent to a form. Through sound and motion, you are able to heal with words, create smiles with your energy, set fires of positive emotion with your mind, suffocate greed, eradicate hate, or burst fear. We will create a new meaning of the word weird until no other meaning of the word exists. All right? With that notion, with that reality, it's important to know that we have this inside of us. We have this desire to produce and to create. It's up to you to make a choice. Creative Mornings is a great platform for us to be reminded about our creative ability and the essence that we have within all of us. One of the things that I like to look at is to redefine the words and the thoughts that we have in the existence, similar to what we're doing with the word weird. Relating to this issue of creative, everybody has the ability to be creative, but as the definition gives us, relating to or involving the imagination or original ideas, especially in the production of an artistic work. Now, that's unfair. How many of you all honestly can say that you are not an artist? By show of hands. It's okay. Don't do this. This is my students too. I don't know how I'm supposed to see you. Your hand right here. Be brave. It's okay. If you feel like you're not an artist, it's understandable. And it's often that notion is that because you're not an artist, you're not creative. So you live your life feeling like, okay, I'm just a regular person. I'm kind of here, and I don't have a thing that I do. But the reality of that notion is that we are all components of creativity, that we are all the essence of the Creator. Now, I'm a Christian. I love God. He is the beginning and the ending of all my existence. So therefore, that which He is, I'm the essence of Him. And therefore, I have the ability to be creative regardless if I make a work of art or not. And so if we begin to look at not the latter part of the definition, but the first part, relating to or involving the imagination or original ideas. New question. How many of you all have had imagination or original ideas? Just by a show of hands. Therefore, we all are creative. And in that presence, we all have the ability to produce that which allows us to exist, also allowing us to connect and to empower our resources. Next question. Weird. Again, we are often diluted by the power that's actually within the word or the meaning or the existence that we have before us, suggesting something supernatural, eerie, unnatural, unearthly, strange, abnormal, or unusual. It's very common for us to run and see things that are weird, especially with today's television or media, to know that you actually can make $50,000 by snorkeling, guts, eating a bowl of roaches. I mean, I don't know what or where that comes from, but some people do it. And on the surface of somebody approaching you, Joanna, right? Thank you for the water. Imagine now somebody gave you a cup of water, and it was filled with roach guts. Now, the option for you to drink that for $50,000 could be a choice. She may say, no, thank you, that's dirty, and I don't know why you even approached me with that. But somebody sitting next to her laughing, what's your name? Aaliyah. Aaliyah like, bring it. Bring it. We gonna suck it down, we gonna get that junk, and he gonna pay me right. So when we look at that notion on the surface, for Joanna, it's weird. And that's very common. It's understood, as the definition would tell us. But if we look at the second person and recognize that suggesting something supernatural, it must be supernatural abilities for her to drink roach guts. And if we laugh and enjoy that, the truth behind it is that it is very true. It is very supernatural for her to fix her mind and be committed enough that she could actually do the unthinkable. Well, that's very much like what life is all about. That if you fix your mind and position your ability and your internal commitment, you will be able to accomplish anything that you want. If you remember the clip, we can destroy all the Harkonnens who will breathe air-keen air. So there should be nothing that should stand in your way, nothing that should keep you from the destiny that you have. You just have to have the certain thoughts, that have certain equivalents to a form, and produce your outcome. Weird. Willing excellence ignites relevant determination. Willing excellence ignites relevant determination. The reality of this, as we share, is that in my life, I've been able to exemplify this, just like all of us. We've all been able to personify something weird. And what I'm encouraging you is to transition the common form of the word weird to the uncommon, to begin to capture the supernatural abilities that are the essence of our creation. One thing, like the roach guts, have a motivation. This is mine. This is my daughter, Nora Rochelle Kirkland, firstborn of my home and my legacy and my family. She's connected to me every day now that she's in my world. Everything that I do is motivated by her. So, like her, minus the 50 grand, if I need to swallow the roach guts for that little thing right there, oh, it's going down. Between the chin and the nose, down it goes, right? This is my other motivation, and she's here with me today. This is Tiffany Kirkland. This is my wife. My world changed when I got my wife. The Bible says when a man findeth a wife, he finds a good thing. He also says that a wife is there as a helpmeet to provide the vision of the man, to help him achieve those things that he's done. A part of me standing here today is because of her. So the notion of what could be weird in our life is that we actually could live and fulfill the prophecies that are set before us well before we get there. If the existence of who we are has been provided to us by the God above, ultimately he gave us the pathway to do just that. When we come together, we make love. Anybody in the room like to make love? She do. Laugh way too quick. Oh, yeah, no doubt. I feel you, no doubt. I like to make love too. And in the hopes and the notion of being able to make love, ultimately we do that to procreate, to create the essence of our life and our ability to create. We are the essence of creation, so therefore we can always create. And the reality of telling a child about that process to them, it's weird until they grow up and realize that the destiny of their life is behind what's weird. Ultimately, with this notion of what's weird and what's creative, we have the opportunities to produce. And if we produce with the motivations, then we need to remember this so that it extends beyond our life. Focus. The images of art are a part of my life. I'm an artist, a visual artist, painter, muralist, designer, graphic designer, store developer, conceptual, however, it goes on and on. I don't know why, but God gave it to me, so we're going to do it. But when you have this motivation and when you have this connection and understanding about your ability to create, and when you have this notion about what weird is, and it no longer is weird because it is just a process, willing excellence ignites relevant determination. When you harness that, focus. Focus your life, focus your choices, focus your existence. After you have the focus, allow it to become a part of your subconscious, and then begin to digest that focus which you have into dreams. Dreams often become your visions. They often become your daydreams or your night dreams. They sometimes can become nightmares. And if somebody wakes you up, wipes your brow, go back to sleep, and begin to vision, dream about your world and about your destiny. After you wake from dreaming, create. The Bible says faith without works is dead. If you're not willing to actually work for your dreams and work for what you believe in and work for what cultivates and who is the essence of your existence, then your dreams are just wasted. Your vision net will be seen, and we are lost without your imparts to who we are as a people. If change is the desire that we constantly look at, and change is something that happens, we need dreamers. We need individuals who are willing to work and create that which has come to their life and to existence. After you create, be committed to that which has been your choice. These images that you see are example of my choice to go into a different crowd of perspective and creativity. I went from visual art foundations of painting and drawing to painting and drawing on digital formats. Now, graphic designers understand this and it becomes familiar, but until you learn what buttons will do what, it is always difficult because you don't know where to go. For me, I cried in front of it. I couldn't figure it out. I almost destroyed one of my computers, but I didn't because I had to share it with my wife. And if she came home and seen a big giant hole and be like, what in the hell, what did you do? I was trying to create something that I couldn't do, and so I figured I should just destroy it. Be committed. Stay focused on that which is in you. Once you get there, grind. Grinding in a space that says learn, reinvent, redefine, redevelop, and produce the desires of your heart. Now, I talk openly about being an artist and a visual designer and an educator of the arts, a founder, and all the great things that Matt listed off. But one he didn't list is that I'm also an executive chef of my kitchen. I respect chefs way too much because I love the food they produce to even say that I was a chef. But for me, being an executive chef was a dream that I had when I was a little cat, probably about his age. How old are you? 9. That's about right. My dad asked me, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be a chef. He said, boy, you don't want to be a chef, you just want to eat. I was like, true. But deep inside, there was a space that actually was truthful about wanting to be a chef. A part of wanting to be a chef, I also wanted to be an architect. It was too much math. I said, okay, let that go. I said I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to produce things, and I began to create out of my own imagination. And over time and over years, I got here. So the sauce that you're looking at, Quavine sauce, is something that was created by me, where I used to take all of these various sauces and combine it into a bowl and stir it and cook it, and it actually tastes pretty good. It was my wife that gave me the word and said, you need to make it real. You need to do it from scratch. Again, remember, the visions, the wife, the helpmeet, you get it? Now, this doesn't advocate for marriage, because don't do it if you don't want to do it. Trust me, it's work. But if you have one, a wife, that helps you to propel your own life, to achieve those destinies that are in you, the visions that God has given you through your dreams, the things that you commit to, the things that you are focused about, you will achieve it. You'll be just like me, just as you are already. You're no different, no greater, no lesser than I am. I'm just here in this moment to tell you about the things that I've done and to encourage you about a process of WE.I.R.D., willing excellence, ignite, relevant determination. I was determined to be the executive chef in my kitchen, but I had to prove it. So now we have a sauce that's on the shelf of certain stores, sold them in Microsoft, and hopefully one day we'll be at Costco, be a big name. So you all remember me, Hasaan Kirkland created Quavine sauce. We say it, taste it, I knew him when. After you grind, believe. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. It is relatively self-explanatory that if you don't believe in yourself, the person sitting next to you won't. I guarantee you it's very quick. We as humans are fickle. We are broken in our minds. We are detached from the greatest essence of who we are. So it's very easy not to believe a person who doesn't believe in themselves. For all the things that you would have as a focus, all the things you would want, everything that you would desire, if you don't believe you'll get it, you won't. The man who thinks he can, if you think you'll get it, you'll get it. You got to be patient. You got to be willing to do the work, and you have to be willing to actually be first and last of your own destiny. Once you get there, serve. The biggest component of receiving that which you have been given is that you give it back. Give it back in some form, some fashion, however it is. You need to put yourself in a position that is not always about you, although it may have started with you. Evan? Evan? Ebony. Ebony. Give back. Serve. Be a part of that process. Those who share these books, I got a house full of books, but I got a daughter who needs them. But when she gets done with them, before I let her tear them up or eat them, I have to put them aside so that I can give it to another child. Because that process is very important. Again, for me, my foundation is God. He gave to me. Therefore, it is important for me to give. Not to be God, but to be a part of the process. Because anything that I choose to give my son, Kingston, Lord, when he gets here, I have to practice what it means to give and to serve. A part of that I want to share also another thing that I've done or been a part of is being a professor at Johnson C. Smith University. It's a great institution that has helped me propel my life and my career and has actually helped me be here today. Because of them, I have an opportunity to share with you all. While being there, developing this Vision Performing Arts interdisciplinary program called the Arts Factory, I also thought it would be important to serve and to give. I may mentor students, I may advise them and teach them, but I also recognize a gap of something that they needed, which was a resource. Not because it's the newest or the first or the only, but just another one. So what I did was I created Cyro Alpha, which is a National Vision Performing Arts Honor Society. Anybody in college? Any students here in college? Any art students currently? Okay. No? Yes? No? All right. That's fine. But ultimately, this is a resource for you, for them, and for the community of art students because it is necessary to cultivate the perspective of those sharpest knives in the box before they get out and start cutting up the world. They also need guidance. They also need perspective. They also need the development, and this is what I created for them. Here is a flyer for a symposium that we'll be having in November. This is the seal of our organization.
Cyro Alpha is a Visual Performing Arts Honor Society that is geared to creating a outlet for young artists, young undergraduate artists who are also very familiar with what research is.
It's an opportunity for people to bring together their arts in all different forms, whether dance, theater, graphic design. It's an opportunity for everybody to come together, share, and grow.
It gave me a good middle ground to be a part of an honor society that recognizes me for my artistry, but also be a part of something that is much bigger than just art, and much bigger than just the school. And that's something I've always wanted to do.
I would say that as an artist, you have to network. It's a must. Like, you can be the best artist in the world, but if nobody knows that you exist, then it doesn't make a difference.
It helped me kind of break out of my shell and be more social and feel more comfortable and just be myself. It's really worth it, you know, joining a community that encourages you to grow, not just as an artist but also as a person, is really important, especially when it's something significant in your life.
You have STEM college, you have the STEM college, you have the honors for English, honors for math. You might have a dance honor society or a graphics honor society, but nothing that collectively showcases the visual and performing arts. And it's finally something that where that does happen, and I'm a part of it, and that feels awesome.
But I feel like I'm in an environment that allows me to own the respect for my art and to earn the respect for my art through my hard work and dedication to the Honor Society and to the program.
I stand before you humbled by being able to share that with you all, because that's a part of the capstone of the legacy that is for me. It is a part of my own destiny and a part of my own opportunities to create a life for someone else. To give them what I believe that I never had when I was in college was an opportunity to share and to grow. It was my desire to follow that perspective of W.E.I.R.D., which is willing excellence, igniting relevant determination. So I stand before you as an example of that it works, and understand that you are already doing it. So I appreciate your time, and I thank you.
Hasaan Kirkland, everyone.